I say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, back credit. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let him have it.
I've got my dollars and I sent in my best offer.
We say, yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let him have it with no problem.
Hello, everyone, and welcome on this TGIF. How's everybody doing this morning? Getting ready for the weekend. Hello. First in the chat is Miss Jessica. Hello, and good morning, and welcome. D's Collection, auction Saturday, October 20. Oh, that's tomorrow. That's my brother's birthday. I have to tell him happy birthday. Call him. Let's see. Just sub to my channel. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That is awesome. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Wendy, hello. Good morning and welcome. Cheryl, hello. Yes, it is the weekend. I have plans. By the way, I don't know if y'all saw it yet. The new feature channel for the week is there. And he's in the chat. And it is for this week. Came out this morning. The feature channel of the week is, yes, Mr. Warcraft, Ohio. Hello. Good morning and welcome. Cheryl's got her link in. Look at it. So quick. Jennifer, hello. Good morning and welcome. Let's see. Treasure Noir says, I say, good morning. Good morning, Kayla. Hello and welcome. I love it. TGIF auction today. Yes, it's at 2 o'clock today. Come and check it out. We have a few new people in our community who's going to get their feet wet and have a chance to come on and do some auctions for the first time today. Looking forward to it. And there's our feature channel for the week. What's up, Tom Cruise in the house? Good to see you, Tom. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hello. Good morning and welcome. Well, today is going to be some great things happening today. Well, every day, actually. But let's see. I have to say, this morning I woke up. It was only 65 degrees, but that's okay because the high today will be 70. But this weekend will be in the 50s and 60s. Beautiful weekend. I'm having a meetup with Miss Carol. I've been buying a lot of stuff from her personally and during her auction, so I get to pick all that up this weekend. Hopefully it might be Sunday. Plus, we get to make our Ollie run and meet up there, because we need some stuff from Ollie's. I need to go check the Dollar Tree next door to that one. So that's what we're going to be doing this weekend. I did do a total of 38 drafts with pictures in 2 hours this morning. I was determined to get that last one done before the show, and I did it exactly 5 minutes before the show ready to start. So I got all that done this morning. Good morning, Moon Goddess Treasures, and I want to say Crystal. Please let me know if I'm correct. Hello. Good morning, and Pammy. Hello. Good morning, and welcome to each and every one of you. And then, of course, I got more to list, more to draft, so I'll be doing that. I don't know if y'all saw it yesterday, but I did put out, I did have a few watchers already on that video yesterday, where how to do drafts on your phone for eBay. I did that video, came out yesterday, so hopefully y'all get a chance to go watch it. I went dumpster diving this morning and found some good stuff, and it's raining. Ouch. Good morning, Meta. Hello. Good morning and welcome. Master Johnny and everyone in the chat. Everyone have good. Yes, going to be good. Yes, it will be. Every day, I'll look at it this way. Every day is a holiday and every meal is a banquet. I've always said that. I don't know why and where I got it from. But yeah. Let's see here. Hey, friends, it's going to be in the 80s all day and raining all weekend. Yuck. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, we're supposed to have a good weekend, so we'll see. Hopefully, Rob don't have to work tomorrow. How to make... Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. Yep, that came out yesterday. Let's see here. Maria, hello. Good morning and welcome. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but for some reason, it's just not popping up when I do that open morning chat on Facebook. That happened to me yesterday, too. BMOs, hello. Good morning and welcome, Crystal. Yes, that is Crystal. Good. I'm trying to remember people's names for that reason, so that way when they do come in for a while or they have things to do and they can't make the morning show, I try to remember their names. Oh, there is the information for Tom Cruise. Don't forget to set your reminder. I need to set my reminder. I've been waiting for that to come out. In 4 days. Ella, good look at you, girl. I got my reminder set. Ella's going to be on it. Awesome, Tom. Congratulations. All right. Let's see. Where was I in the chat? Here we go. Thank you for the rank. Look at that. She's quick on it. Flipping goodies. Hello, Mike. Hello. Good morning and welcome. And I want to thank you for sending someone to follow me on Instagram. Introduced himself to me and told me who he was and where he met me at the morning we did the live at your auction storage unit. So thank you so much. I love spreading the word to the community. Jennifer's look at quick. Going to bed, bad weather too, so I will just be getting cards ready for the sale for tomorrow night. Don't forget to drop the link. Whose channel you gonna be on? Getting cards ready for the sale tomorrow night. Whose sale you gonna be on, William? Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Long time no see. Up early at 4. Oh, that's awesome. Well, good to see you. And I'm so glad, Tom, you're in the chat because everybody's been concerned about you. Everybody's been asking about you. So I figured whenever you were ready, you would come on. And I want to thank you for answering my emails because I was concerned too. And I'm glad you were able to reach back out to me. Yes, don't forget to put your links in the chat. I know Jennifer's doing it, but if you have some special event and she don't know about it, go ahead and put it in the chat. That way we can set their reminders. Amy, hello, good morning and welcome. Perlini, hello, good morning. I love it when Miss Debbie does it. But hello, Perlini, good morning, hello, and welcome. Let's see here. Today we're going to do a couple of topics. It's amazing weather here, North Carolina. Yeah, it's really nice this one. It feels like it's summertime, but it's not as humid, but it's not as crisp and cold either. So that's what I like about the weather this morning. My channel. Okay. I'll have to check it out and check. And also, he's the Warcraft is our feature channel for the week. So if you catch his link in the chat or in the community page below, go back over there and check and set your reminder for that show tomorrow night for the auction. Let's see, night long auction doing all those. Oh yeah, I know. I haven't been able to make a lot of those late ones because I go to bed early. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of them that I don't get to make when it's that late. What are our topics for the? I'll go over that in just a few minutes. There's several. Good morning, Tommy. Bargain Effects 2.0. Tommy, hello. Good morning, everyone. It's Tommy 2.0, the Bargain Effect. Let's see here. Thanks, I'm looking forward to enjoying your videos. Yes. Good stuff. Look at that. Jennifer's already. Thank you, Johnny. Everything's fine. Been busy away from YouTube for some break. I understand. I know you and I have been talking back and forth in the emails, and I'm so glad you're doing okay. We had some people asking for you, so I figured I'd reach out to you. But I didn't say anything because that's not my place. But I'm so good to see you back. Painting is beautiful. Can't wait to watch the video. Nerdy auction tonight. Horizon Picks channel, 10 o'clock p.m. Good morning, Peloton Profits. Hello. Good morning and welcome. Trying to get to 500 subs. I know this morning you were at 456 because I usually try to write it down when I go to the channel for the first time to get it to put on the community page. And I did notice that. I do have a list of those that I'm putting on. I have a list that I have made. It's in a Word document that I put in order of when I see the channels that's going to be featured. And so, yeah. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, that happens after a while. Let's see. Love the painting. I'm going to go check it out. Look at that. Jennifer's right on it. Love it. Maria. Everybody's saying they summon to each other. Okay, the first topic today. I want to go over for those who are on eBay. I know there's some people in the chat, and I'm grateful you're here. It doesn't matter if you're a reseller or not. But the first topic we're going to talk about this morning is negative feedback. Good morning, Marcus. Hello. The thing about negative feedback is what I want to go over. And Marcus, I want to thank you so much for that comment you made on the video yesterday. And I did answer you back on that one. That was a great little question. I like it. Loved it. All right. So feedback. Do you get upset and freak out when you get a negative feedback? Well, yes, 2 days ago, I got a negative feedback. Now, mind you, this item was shipped and got to that owner, that customer in 2 days. And he gave me a good feedback as far as the wording, but for some reason he pressed the negative feedback. Why, I don't know. But what I did was I waited 2 days. I did the revision. Actually, I did it the same day I did the revision because I found that it didn't warrant the negative because of what he said, how great the books were. They came in great shape, looked great, great shipping, fast service, the whole 9 yards. It's like, well, that's not a negative. Well, what I did was I did go ahead and put a revision request in, which you can do if that happens. Now, give it a couple of days because I think they have up to 5 to 7 days to reply and redo the revision. And within 2 days, he did send me a message yesterday afternoon saying he couldn't figure out how to, and they wouldn't let him change it. So I did reply back to him that it was early this morning. I did reply back saying, look, I did send in a revision. You just need to go to check your email, and your email should have a revision request for that. And he said he sent me a great email back saying how he was not disappointed. It was great service. It shouldn't have been that way. And let me go check it out. So he did. And then I got another email from him after he did it, telling me and apologizing. He wasn't sure. He was just new at giving feedbacks to people, and that he realized that it shouldn't have been a negative. And he did change it. So now it's already corrected this morning within that few minutes of him and I spoke back and forth on emails through eBay. And it has been changed. So my question is to you, how do you handle negative feedback? I was going to call eBay, but I figured let me go to him first because I sent a thank you letter with all my orders. It's a thank you note thanking them for the order. After reviewing, if something is wrong with the order, please confront and come to me and let me know that something's wrong, and I'll correct it as soon as I can get your request if something's wrong. And so that's why I do not call eBay immediately, because if something like that happens, and I've only had 2 negative feedbacks in the last 2.5 years. And then again, it was changed because of that revision they have available. So definitely check that out. Try to see if you can do that. Because of that, it does work. It's an accident. It happens. So that's why I wanted to bring that topic up first. Pam, thank you so much. Not necessarily, but greatly appreciated. Thank you for all what you do. And I do this out of the kindness of my heart. I love helping people. So this is for you, Pam.
The dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it. With no problem. Let them have it.
Thank you so much, Pam. Let's see. Warcraft Williams says, YouTube Warcraft, I'll be selling baseball cards and make card videos. Stop in and say hello, even if you don't want to buy cards, and I appreciate it. That's what's great about going into, and then again, you don't have to purchase anything, but just showing the love and support in others' channels, in auctions or lives. That's all that matters. Pedaling Prophet says hello, good morning to everyone. Let's see here. Everybody's still saying good morning, dropping links. Crystal Perlini, good to see you. Oh, wow, that was great. Yes, and that's why it's important. You definitely reach out to your customer. You know, it could have been a mistake, or why you can't, communicate with them back and forth to see if it can be done. It could have been an accident, and sure it was. Helen, hello, good morning and welcome. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Awesome. That's nice. It just couldn't happen by accident. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I wanted to bring that up, because, again, I've only had 2 in my whole 2.5 years with eBay so far, and both of them have been corrected by for the revision. I haven't gotten any negative feedbacks, but I already know I will cry. Yeah, it happens, but as long as you can communicate with that customer, that's why I have a thank you note. And in the thank you note, it does ask if there is any issues with your product once it's received. Please reach out to me and that's just part of my I've been doing that from day one. Please let me know, and I will take care of it in any way, shape, or form that I can, and I'll take care of it as immediately as I receive it. Accidents do happen, yes. And that's why I wanted to bring that up this morning. I got a negative feedback on Etsy because I wouldn't let someone return a necklace because I don't do returns. She picked up a fit and wrote a nest. Oh, wow. That's not good. Let's see. I go to the person or see what happened and try to correct it if something is wrong. Exactly. And that's why it's part of being communicated. And again, this goes back to not only eBay, but any platform you sell on. There's some people you just cannot please. You just don't know what kind of day they've had. So yeah, that happens. But the best thing, even that happens, and bring it into like those who don't sell on eBay, but maybe sell online on auctions, you want to do the same thing with your customers. Greg, hello, good morning and welcome. Hello. I'm trying to get everybody's comments here. Cute cat, good morning. By the way, Horizon Picks, hello, good morning and welcome. Ryan just got your Instagram. There you go. Let's see. Feedback system is useless. It's because that's what would not leave negative feedback for a buyer. Yeah, I don't leave negative feedback for any buyer. But if something comes up, say they cancel it, whatever, I don't give feedbacks. Trying to do that too. Yeah. All right, so let me drop the link in the chat. But before I do, the next topic, I have been watching some channels. Yes, I was able to catch up on some videos. And yesterday afternoon, once I got out of the office, at about 1 o'clock-ish. Well, actually, 12:30. I went to the store, got to get things. I had to change a bulb. I changed some light bulbs. Beautiful lighting in here now. I got the natural look ones for the bulbs. Came back, got that done, and I was done for the day. So I sat down and watched a lot of videos yesterday. So that's what brings me up to this topic. Not necessarily just this channel, but any channel you go on. The topic, the next one, is about when you go to someone's live, if they put a link in the chat and you're going live on someone's channel, what should you or shouldn't you do? Again, I think we talked about this a little bit before, but I want to talk to you a little bit about it because I see this on a lot of channels, not just this one, on a lot of channels. Let's see. Hello, Judy May. Hello. Good morning and welcome. And I know I'm going to probably open a can of worms on this one, but you know what? It's a topic that needs to be discussed. If anyone has any questions about my channel or anything, there you go. Send out. And that's another thing. When you go to any links in the chat, don't forget to check to see if you're subscribed. If it's red, you're not. Change it to gray. Then right next to those three little dots, the very top one is all notifications. Make sure you hit that so you don't miss out on anybody's videos or lives. Good morning, Katie. Actually stepped into late. But you're here. You're good. I have to go listing. I hear that. I did that this morning. Draftswife, so I've got them ready to go. Let's see here. If you open a can of worms, go 50. That's right. I like that, Greg. Anywho, everyone who is leaving. Yeah. Anywho, before I do drop the link, this is one of the things of the topics for the day. It was brought to my attention. Again, I did watch some videos. I did have a lot of comments come in. And so that's why I'm bringing this topic up. Yesterday, there was a lot of people leaving because of the show yesterday. And I had a feeling that's why my numbers went down so fast. So that's why this topic is coming up today. Let's see. What did I see where? Oh, going fishing today. Awesome. Now, Missy, hello, good morning and welcome. Jason, hello, good morning and welcome. Judy May says, good morning to everyone in the chat. Have a wonderful weekend. So the topic is, and I don't want to beat around the bush, but I think it's time to start it. Again, like yesterday, the morning show, for those who were here, I did notice that my numbers were drastically dropping. I had an idea why. Then I started getting comments. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And so I was watching some channels yesterday, and I saw that it was happening on other channels. When someone is offering you, in the chat, to go on their lives, if they put a link in the chat saying you're welcome to come on like I do every day, one of the things, well, there's several. One, you got to make sure your camera's in great lighting so that everybody can see you. Two, you want to make sure that your camera is working properly. So you got your camera, your mic. Then you have to make sure that when you're on someone's live, you make sure if you're on YouTube, you need to cut that off. Mute the volume, take it off, whatever you got to do, because that's a lot of feedback. And then if you're in the middle of a topic and you come into someone's channel, and the next thing you know, that kind of hurts them from hearing what they want to hear. That's what they're there for. They want to be what's in the topic at that time or that conversation at that time. Then when you're on live, you want to make sure you don't have any background noises. You want to make sure you don't have any kids, because sometimes it's not good to have a kid on, especially depending on the topics, or there could be some accidental language that may be said. And if somebody has their channel set for no kids, you want to be careful with that, because that can hurt you in your long run with your kids in a video. But don't get me wrong, there are some channels that do with kids. So that's different. But again, if it's not appropriate when you're having a live, for things that may be said that you don't want your children to hear. So that's why it protects you and your children, much less the noise in the background where people can't hear what is being talked about. So that's some of the things I want to talk about today with that topic about going live. And it is important because you're on someone else's channel representing yourself, and you want to make sure it's represented in a decent way. If you come onto a channel, please have enough items to sell, and you shouldn't have emailed the customer to tell them that they didn't have enough money to. Okay, we'll talk about that next. So let me go ahead and I dropped the link. So let me pin it. Where did it go? I know I dropped it. Oh, why is my chat all the way up there? It's not moving. Okay, my chat's not even moving. Here it is. Nope. My chat froze on the Facebook side. I mean, on the on the YouTube side. That's interesting. I know I dropped it. There we go. That was interesting. It wouldn't show up. It's there now. All right, so I do have the link in the chat. You're more than welcome to come on. I don't know what that was all about just now. So we're going to also talk about with the combination of this and going live on other channels. If you go into a channel, then you please make sure you have enough items. That's one of the biggest things when you're doing an auction with somebody. Make sure, and I tell everybody when they come on my show, especially on this Fridays that I do every other Friday, they'll ask me when we discussing before they decide they want to come on. I always let them know at least you need to have at least 10 to 12 items ready, whether it's an item, a buy it now, a lot, or choices. It does not matter. As long as you have at least 10 to 12 ready, because some shows do 4 each, some do 3 each. And in this case, on Fridays, I do 2 each round. And so you want to make sure you have not only a plenty enough stuff, but you want to make sure you have enough to where in case of somebody in the chat says, I am looking for. And if you have that item, you can kind of adjust what you're having lined up for that auction to where you can bring it up next in case if that person has to go and they're not there long. You just don't know. So you want to have those kind of things ready. Now we have Bemos joining us, but I want to make sure and finish this comment when she comes on. In other words, you can mute yourself for a minute. You got too much noise in the background, Bemos. And then again, when that's another thing I heard a lot about is when somebody's doing an auction, one of the rudest things to do, if you're going to bring something into an auction and you're expecting it for, say I'm starting this at $8, but you think you can sell higher on eBay. Well, if you have somebody that buys it and it is sold, it's out of the picture, it's sold. The rudest thing to do is send a letter to your customers or the person who purchased it and said, I'm canceling the order because it didn't go up for enough and what I wanted. Well, if you're starting it at 8, that's the item you want, and that's the price you're starting at, then guess what? Your bid's going to start it at $8. So you want to make sure to be mindful. If you're doing auctions and you bring in something to auction, if you want it for $30, you better start it at 30. Don't start it at 8 and then turn around and cancel it on your customer because they didn't pay enough. That's rude. All right, Bemos, go ahead.
No, it happened at my auction. I am really upset about it. And this person...
Now, wait a minute. Is this what happened a month or 2 ago?
Excuse me?
Is this what happened a couple of months ago or a month ago?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it's still going on? Lord Jesus.
Still going on. Yep. Don't continue to email me because you did something wrong and now you are not welcome any longer.
Right.
If you do that to our customers, you will not be welcome any longer.
Right.
So that's my thing on this topic.
Right. And again, I understand. I did see you put the comment in the chat. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to cover that as well because, again, the topic is about when you go to someone's channel in general, no matter what it is. Let me get my tea cup because this show brought let's see here. Let me get to some of these comments. Telling everybody who might have came in hello. Also, I want to say hello, and I just did it, but I forgot to put the word enter. Was Luis. Callie and who else I missed earlier? I think I missed somebody else.
Jennifer, I'm talking about an auction that it happened at.
That happened actually about a month or so ago, and it's still being lingered on.
Yeah, it's still lingering.
Actually, Jennifer, we're talking about both. In general, going live on someone's channel, whether it be via an auction or like right now, popping into someone's chat. It's going to be a combination of both in that reference. Who? People in chat? Yes, people do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did that.
I would be pissed if I was hosting a auction and sellers did that. Yeah, and then it happened after the fact.
Right.
After the show was over.
Right.
That happened. We're not going to say
I wouldn't have known it except for one of our regulars emailed me about the situation. Because it did happen the next day.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's been an ongoing issue that I've heard about. And we're not going to say who it is. We're not going to say names.
No.
We're just bringing this awareness to people in case if you're starting out and going on other people's channels or if you're kind of new at it. We're just trying to set some etiquette in reference to when you go into someone's live, regardless if it's an auction and you're a guest on their show or you just pop in when somebody's doing a live. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some chats that go live and they that's what they want. They don't care what's being said. They don't care how it's done. They don't care what the sounds are. But there's different shows for that. And then that's why I'm bringing this up, because I saw it a lot yesterday and it happened on my show yesterday as well. So now in general, it's just a general topic about when you're going live on someone's show or someone's live, whether just as a talk show or opening to guests or panel or whatever. I don't understand why everyone would not list their stuff. And that's the point that I was trying to make on that when I heard about it. I did hear both sides of the stories. I did tell them what I thought. They asked for my opinion and I gave it to them, whether they liked it or not. The thing I did say was, you don't do that. If you're asking for a price, you need to set that price at what you want, regardless of what eBay is selling it for. Because if you're doing this, and you're asking for a certain amount of money and you started that price, well, guess what? Of course people are going to jump on it. But don't go back and tell them they can't buy it and they're not going to send them an invoice because I didn't get enough for what I wanted. Well, you should have started at the higher price that you wanted at the time you started that auction. Because, yeah, you can go back on eBay and list it or wherever on the platform. I just think that is rude, very unprofessional. Regardless of who you are, you're representing, when you're on someone's platform, on their channel, you're representing that channel. So you have to be able to be aware of that and be mindful of all that. If you want to do that, start it at a minimum and you want to say, exactly, that was my point and that was my comments I gave to that person. Again, you were wrong for, and that's what I said, you were wrong for, but if you would have started it at, then you wouldn't have the issue in. And then you wonder why people don't want you in your channel on their auction. Because that gives you a bad name when that's happening. They don't want it to happen on their channel as well. Because I guarantee you, we do talk to each other in ways that we know we need to talk to when it comes to certain topics without dropping names. When we have to, we have to. But still, quicker sales possible, not as the same as that. Yeah, you're right about that. Hello, Jamestown Baseball Commissioner.
And I will say that the reason Johnny knows about it is because I went to Johnny about what he thought.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I did hear both sides of the stories, and I gave you my thoughts and my opinions about it and how I would handle it. Now, everybody is different, but when you ask somebody for opinions, you want to make sure you're accepting what they're telling you because it may be something you're not wanting to hear. But again, yes. Let's see. I had an issue with a seller on my auction with this topic. I simply paid it on my end and moved on. The buyer is innocent and deserves the win on the product. Yeah, you're right about that. Good morning, Susanna. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here.
And the thing about not having enough items, I had a situation where the person did not have they only had like, we were doing 2 each. They only had like 6 items for a 2-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's not enough with just 3 of us. So
Right.
then this person just left, never said anything. And when I inquired, they were like, well, that's all the items I had. Well, you knew you were going on to a show that could last as much as 2 hours, sometimes more. Please have enough items, please.
I'm going to piggyback off of that real quick. Katie and Susanna says, what's going on? The topic of today is when going on someone's channel, whether it's an auction or a live, and they put out the links for people to go on their channels. Things about being ready to go on someone's live. You're representing that channel when you go on that channel, even though you're representing your channel. When you're on someone else's hosting it, you're actually on their channel. So you're representing that channel. If you're going to act like an auctioneer, then go by auctioneer rules. Exactly. And one of the things I want to piggyback off of what you just said, Laura, was for me, when I'm doing auctions, I basically, if it's somebody who's been on my channel, they know how I do my auctions. They know what I expect. But I do send an email to those that are new, that want to be part of it. We'll have conversations back and forth through emails. How many items should they have? How many times per round you're going to go? What I expect as far as making sure the invoices are paid. Make sure you send your invoices out to your customers. If you have issues and if they need to contact me, I want them to contact me if they cannot get in touch with the person who they bought from. Those kind of things. So I do make sure that anyone who comes on my channels, I do refer them to those type of topics, making sure they have at least 10 to 12 items. We do go for at least 3 to 4 hours, if not a little longer. Always make sure you have backup things in case somebody in the chat's asking for a specific item. If you have those, you have them ready to be interchanged with what you do have to bring up. My auction rules, this is why they go to auctioneer school. Yeah, exactly. And so, hello, Roman. Hello, good morning and welcome. I agree. I turn around. I don't know what to get involved in regulate auctions on here. I hope you ban person from doing that auction again. And that was another question I was going to add to that, because again, people have the right to refuse service for somebody in their chat. If they have issues with that person, something in the past, whatever the case may be, that's up to them. Michelle, hello, good morning and welcome. I'm sorry, but I go to a lot of auctions and buy from a lot of auctions. So Johnny or Laura, could you please message me on it so I can tread lightly or not buy from them? That's no problem. Just send us a message.
Yeah.
Especially for those who are doing auctions. I know everybody basically, and we're not trying to out anybody. We're just trying to say that's not right.
Exactly.
Everyone go to Horizon Pixel tonight. A great time for sure. Demos. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get through this topic. Have license Ohio. Yeah, every state is different when it comes to licensing.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to check with your state. I know in the Massachusetts, they do not mandate online auctions here for us, so I'm good.
Neither does
that's my state. Yeah. Yenzer Picker, Mr. Mike. Hello. Good morning and welcome. And I hope you're doing well and the family's doing better. I think some people will do it so they just turn camera on and start an auction without regards to legal sides of it. Exactly. And that's why before I actually started, that was because I remember that topic came up. And so I did go online and I looked at our state regulations and our local. And in our state, they don't regulate it. So I was okay on my end. Good morning, Des. Hello. But again, the whole topic for the day is about what to do and not to do when going on someone's live. Good morning, James. Hello. Anybody wants to come on and talk about this topic, you're more than welcome. As long as we can try to keep it as positive as we can, even though it is a sore subject sometimes. But the link is at the top in the blue box. You're more than welcome. Good morning, hello, and welcome. Ella, good morning. The blanket, hello. I don't drink coffee, but I need something to start my day. You're right about that. Here's for you, Ella, my second cup like this.
Did you get to Nicety's comment yet?
No, I'm still trying to catch up. Getting better each day. That is awesome, Mike. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Buffalo Picker tonight. Don't forget, that's going to be Misty. Misty's going to be on there. Buffalo Picker, 7:30 p.m. And good to see you, Mike. Where in Ohio? Let's see. With all due respect, they would get the nasty side of netness. I didn't realize there was a bad side or a nasty side. So I know of an instance that happened. I did reach out to them and they let them know what. Let's wait. So I know of an instance where that it happened and I did reach out to them and let them know that was completely wrong and that the person totally basically told me to shut up. Well, that is odd. That's not again when you're doing this, you want to open yourself up for being able to accept criticism, or I know there's another word for it. Anywho, when you get criticism, you want to take it with a good grain of salt, and again, take from what they're telling you to help you. Again, I know when I give a result, if somebody's asking me for an opinion, I want to let them know right now. If I give you your opinions because you asked me for it, please don't get upset about it because you asked. And I'm going to give you my truth opinion about it. That's something I'm not going to sugarcoat. And then here's Roy.
Hey, Roy.
Let me move you around because I don't want you in the back. Well, I don't want you as part of the comments so to block your face.
I was down here. Here.
No.
How
you doing?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right. No, it's a good topic.
I have to put my big boy pants on this morning and say we got to talk about it because I see it in a lot of chats, and it's just something we have to do. Upload the new clip of a private. Oh, that's yours. Okay. Then everybody's chatting with each other. Just started my first cup of coffee. Still waking up. I got up this morning at 3:35. Okay, they're talking back and forth. I wondered if the same person. I wonder if it was the same person. I'm not sure. Good morning, Teresa. Hello. Good morning and welcome.
I don't know if it was or not.
Huh?
I said I don't know if that's the same person or not.
I'm not sure.
I can only say on this topic, I mean, Johnny, Laura and Johnny, you know, how long have I been doing auctions? A few months, right? And like, I've encountered probably 10 people that fall into this category, like kind of over the months and dealing, you know, working with folks on this platform, and everyone's different, you know, but I it's a very important topic. Be ready.
Well, the biggest thing about it was not only did it happen on the channel on yesterday, because I did notice my numbers started dropping when it was happening, but I did see it on other channels as well yesterday. And so that's why I brought that as one of my topics today, because I'm trying to help people, especially if you're new at this and you're going on other channels when they open links or have you come on. I'm just trying to help somebody to better themselves in any way, shape, or form that I can. Not to hurt you and put your feelings down or whatever. It's just a matter of helping others become aware of what is going on when they go live for that reason. Good morning. Let's see. Where did it go? Right here. What's up, Johnny? Hello, Philip Picker. How are you doing, Joe? Good to see you. If I think that's the right name. I hope. I don't deal with it. I'm out. Well, later. That's how they say that. See, you don't want to be ya. I won a comic from Roy at the auction, and he folded it up and sent it in the regular white envelope. I know that's not true.
See, but the thing is,
I know he's kidding on that.
But
one.
Here's the thing, Johnny. If somebody did, if he even right now, like Paul, if that's true, I'll make it right. You know, that's always the answer. Like, you know what I mean? And that's part of, you know, that word, integrity. This really goes into that one singular word, integrity. As a buyer and a seller, they both have a level, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's also part of your customer service. That can make you or break you. Plus the fact that you got to remember, the best advertisement that will hurt you or make it is the word of mouth.
Johnny?
Yes.
I just got a text message and that comment from Susanna. That's the same person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. But again, people need to be aware of it because, again, we want to make sure we stick together in the community. And if somebody is having a problem not understanding auction situations, customer service, the billing, the shipping, the invoicing, they may need to ask for help. I don't know. But one thing I do know is that's not how you do business by refusing someone's invoice because they didn't pay enough. Or you started the auction at a lower amount and you wanted more. Well, start it at what you wanted for or list it online somewhere on some platform. That's all I want to say about that.
I always
hello, Nashville Flipper. How are y'all doing? Good to see you. Hello.
One of the things, Johnny, too, is that, you know, before we go live, you know, we usually have, right, a little powwow beforehand. There's always some time, even if it's 10 minutes, to go, hey, what about this? And so we can always look at that and help evaluate and give an idea. And if you're not sure, then maybe don't put it up for auction. You know, it's kind of, once it goes up on the block, it's on the block. It is.
Exactly.
It's just that gavel, back old school, it goes sold, it's sold. Yeah.
Well, one of the things I understand, for example, you're not ready and you just put stuff together really quick. First of all, you're doing that wrong because you want to make sure you got yourself ahead of yourself because you can get yourself into a lot of trouble that way.
Right.
Because if you're not knowing your product or you don't notice something's wrong with it and you go to put it up, it can hurt you. So it's important that you do know the product you're bringing up front. Now, I understand if something happens and you overlooked or you saw something and you thought you saw everything was good, you start to show it, and then all of a sudden you miss maybe a piece of jewelry, there was a stone missing. I understand pulling it, turning it into a jewelry jar, craft jar or something. Things like that happen. But make sure you always, because that's why I always tell everybody, please make sure if you're on my auction show, on the TGIF one, please make sure you're in the back room at least 15 minutes before the show starts, because I'm looking to make sure your camera's working, your mic is working, and if you have any questions about certain things, about things that we need to talk about before the show, go over some of the regulations that I'm asking for with us being on as a buyer or as an auction on the show. Because again, there's things, so everybody does their auctions different. Nothing's right or wrong. It's just that's how people do their auctions, and that's just the way I do it. Philly Picker, everybody's saying yes. Perlini, everybody's saying hello. I knew it.
And I open up at a time.
You're breaking up, Laura.
Am I?
Go ahead.
I said, Melanie and I opened the back room an hour early.
Right.
Just so, and I let everybody know that, because if you're new or if you want to know something, or maybe you have a product that you don't know what it sells for, and you think Melanie and I can help you, we will. But that's why we opened the back room an hour early.
Right. All right. So, Roy, what is your feedback on that?
Yeah. You know, right now, I mean, I'm putting together auctions as we speak. You know, I'm starting some new initiatives. So this is definitely a topic. And I have some folks that are new to it, right? So same exact thing as you just said, Johnny. I'm like 10 to 12 lots plus some buy it nows, maybe set aside. If there's passes and auctions, you might need more items. It just kind of goes that way. Or if you want to go for, you know, if we do our auction, say we go for 5 hours, that's a lot of lots. You really do have to have it. So, but yeah, same type of thing. I mean, we certainly, people can contact, you know, communication, obvious, right? But it is the breakdown, this communication to say, hey, listen, what about this thing? Is it 10? Is it 25? Is it 50? What is this?
Right.
And if you don't know, maybe pause. That's really, you know, the way that I look at that, you know, and because once that goes up, it goes up. I mean, we're talking about fairness and being straight up here. It's an auction. Stuff goes for a bid and somebody won it. You have to ship it. There is no pull it back.
And that's one of the things I want to bring on. Missy just came in, but I want to make a comment about that real quick. That's why it's important when you go to someone's auction or you go on somebody's live, be prepared. You want to make sure those things are working. You want to make sure you have your homework done, whether it's an auction or you're just going on a live. Your volume, your sound, your lighting, your camera, all of that is important when you go live on someone's channel because, again, you are representing that person on their channel. Even though you got your channel, you're on someone else's that's hosting it. So again, when you're doing auctions, it's very important that you do some of your homework before, not waiting to the last minute because then you're going to look like you're not prepared. And that's the worst thing you want to do. Missy, what's your take on that comment?
Okay, so good morning, everyone. This is so interesting, and my mind was blown. First of all, I cannot believe that there is someone doing that because no one is putting a gun to your head, forcing you to do any of the auctions. So I'm going to speak from a point of not only a buyer, but as someone that's new into the auction, as a seller as well. So I did my homework. I was a buyer and am still a buyer at the auctions first. So you go to these auctions, you see, you get a feel, you see if you will be comfortable doing something like this on a live platform. And then if you are, you should already have enough lots and everything set up because you don't know how long it's going to go, because honestly it's based on really how long like the people or however way the sale goes. And then the way I do it, I always have lots set up for the kind of crowd there is. If it's more of a female woman crowd or what have you, that might not be into sports or what have you, I'm gonna have more stuff like beauty, home, and all that, something I can, on hands that I can switch to, because you don't know what your audience is going to be. Exactly. So that way you will have some, you'll still be able to make sales. But you should not be putting up anything that if you feel as though you going to get more money and, I'm going to get money more on eBay or whatever, then no one forced you to put that item up for auction. Like, that person should be banned from doing all auctions, period. Like, period. That's why I said, I want to know who that is, because I don't want to buy from them. I don't want to do business with them or anything, because there's a reason why there is a TY at the end of nice on my name. They would definitely get the nasty out of me. Like that, no. And with Susanna's comment about they practically told her to shut. Oh, I wish I could have been there with Susanna when she had that call.
All right.
I would have been like,
coming in real quick that I want to add to the panel because I don't want to sit back there. I think I know who it is. I hope that's who it is. If not, I'll just delete it right off. But anywho, this is a great comment right here that Peddling Profit says about lay the rules down if you're hosting or running an auction online to other sellers. That's why, like I said the other day, it's important to use your description box of that video, where I will write down, and in my channel of all my auctions, you will see in the description, this is what we do. This is the auction, and this is how we bill, this is how we invoice, and who's on what and everything. So that's a great comment. You want to make sure you lay it out. I even do it at the beginning of the show. I do it in the middle of the show and at the end of the show. So you want to make sure you lay it out for your auctions, because, again, you want people to know what's going on and what to expect when you're doing your auction. And I believe this may be Kevin. I hope it's Kevin, because I'm going to let him in. Hello, good morning, and welcome.
Dag nabbit, you're correct.
Yep. All right, let me put it down.
Hi.
There you go. I don't want you to be over the comments. All right, what you got to say about that topic, Kevin?
First of all, what the heck possessed you to handle this hand grenade on Friday?
Right.
It was like you ran into the mall, so it was a snake bomb and took off.
Oh, me?
Yeah, where are you going to be on the weekend?
I'm going to be here at home working.
A 20-second summation. What happened for this to happen this morning?
Well, again, like I say, I pick the comments. What I do is when I pick a topic, It has to do with either something I see in a chat, questions in a chat, or topics in a chat that needs to be talked about, or things that I'm watching. Like yesterday, I happened to watch a lot of videos yesterday. And so that's why this topic came up, because it was between auctions and regular lives, regular things I was watching. And so that's why this topic needed to be talked about, because it also happened on my show yesterday where my numbers kept going down so fast, and I knew it was going to by what was going on at the time. Then I wound up getting a lot of messages about why they were leaving the show. So that's why I want to bring that topic up today, because I want to help people who are new to going lives, whether it's somebody's channel, somebody's auction. So that's why it was a broad topic of both auctions and lives together.
I got you. For the last 20 minutes, I was washing up and making coffee. I don't know what the title of your topic is. Like you guys said something, one specific thing happened yesterday.
Well, this also happened about a month ago, so that's why it got tied in together about the same topic of going on lives on other channels.
Oh, but what was the thing that happened?
Well,
that was
Laura, tell them what it was. Why we brought this topic up. It was all about this happened on Laura's auctions first.
Right.
Okay.
About a month ago, what happened was I had somebody on our show, because we do take guests. We go over the rules in the back room, and I let them know that if somebody doesn't send you an email and you need that person's information, contact me and I'll give it to you if you don't have it. If they bought from you, no problem. Well, what happened was, came on the auction, did about 3 rounds, had 6 items, then left the auction while they weren't up, never told me anything. And then I got, a couple days later, I get a text message from one of my regular customers saying that this person contacted them and said that they were not going to send them an invoice. They were not going to allow them to purchase it because they didn't get enough money for it, and they were going to sell it.
I already know who that is. This happened again yesterday somewhere?
On another auction at a later date. I would have never known this had, so needless to say.
Okay.
Well, the thing about that, what happened yesterday,
there were some problems.
The reason I brought this topic up is because not only did it happen on my show yesterday, it was happening on other channels where if somebody goes live on your channel and they are live and you know you got to check, you make sure your camera's working, your mic's working, your volume's good and all this, but the noise in the background of when you go live with somebody, yesterday what happened was we had somebody who popped on our show, but the noise was so bad and everything was going on in the background that people were leaving because we were certain topics we were talking about, and then all of a sudden it brought the numbers kept going down fast, and then I was getting messages letting me know why they were leaving. I already knew that was happening. I saw it happen. But one thing about the show is I will let anybody come on and want to promote their channel in a positive way. But when things like that start happening, it needs to be a topic to let people know we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you. We want you to improve and succeed on your channel as well. But try to be aware of what's happening in the background of your lives when you go to live on somebody else, because now you're representing them, but you're also representing yourself. And so if you do lives, you want to make sure they come to your channel to watch it, not be, okay, is that noise going to be in your background when you go live, kind of thing. And so that's how that exploded into what happened on Laura's channel.
Okay.
And that's a good point about when somebody brings something on an auction and you feel you can get it more on eBay or any platform, then guess what? You should sell it on that platform. Don't sell it and then tell your customer, no, I'm not going to sell it to you and I'm not going to send you an invoice because I can get it for more and I can get what I wanted. Well, start it for what you want it for. That's another thing.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been for the last 2 years, as you know, from one to the auction world to the other, and I've bought a poop ton of stuff. And that exact topic I've seen from 2 people.
Yeah. And Judy made that right. A lot of people were complaining about the noise and the problems in the background. muting and unmuting and that kind of thing. So yeah.
So I know who Laura's talking about last month. The other one still does it. But hey, you know, it's like it's like the auction mafia. The auction system is broken, and I don't mean totally.
Right.
You've got people that do things, and I could rattle off names, but I'm not gonna. But they know who they are. That you enjoy going to. That is organized. That's funny. That'll take a 10-minute break altogether to goof around. Not being like, okay, let's say Laura's going to tell some jokes now, then show her thing, and then blah, 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 and then Roy's going to go blah, 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 and then show something. And then now you see 3 items in 30 minutes. I'm gone.
Right.
Like, these guys, these comic guys are funny as hell in the middle. I'm not saying because Roy's here, but that's good. They all goof around for 10 minutes, and it's bang, 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 bang. And then you take a break. Everyone needs to go to the bathroom. Everyone needs to sip a cola.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think there's people who are holding auctions that, if there was any guidelines, would not be permitted to hold an auction anywhere. And also, this is just my opinion. I'm going to let you guys go. I can go on for hours. Roy knows that. I think a big part of an auction is, if you're going to self-mod, that's great. Self-mod. But you got people who are being ruined by absolutely atrocious models. And that's a bad experience for the buyers as well. Yeah. I sat there the other night and I went through a couple of auctions with somebody here. I said, I want you to watch these. What goes on? And if there's, you know, there's a snippy attack in one, 4 people leave.
Right.
Somebody's bickering who's going to take over when someone needed to take a break. I'm like, who needs that? But not to have merchandise and to say, well, kind of guys, who didn't get what they wanted? At least one item every auction. A seller. What seller didn't get what they could have or wanted for something? I mean, they have their own
all the time. You have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, yeah, but you're not gonna. That person ain't gonna complain about, you know, getting $25 for an item that shows up that was a knockoff and is worth $2. You know, so
this is a great. This is an excellent comment, peddling profits. It gives the host of the auction a bad name, even if that host didn't do it, and that's what we're talking about as far as when you're on someone's channel, you're actually representing that channel. Even though you're on your channel, it can make that person look bad because of it.
Oh, you should be on your better behavior.
Yeah, especially when you're on somebody else's channel. Now, if somebody's channel just doesn't give a care, and I'm going to say the word because I don't really want to say it, but some people just don't care, and that's how their shows are. But if that's what you want, then go to those channels, but don't do it on other channels that don't do that kind of stuff on their channels. Because, again, it is laid out on but after the first couple of times you go to someone's auctions, you know how to do it. And again, you want to make sure that you respect that person, even though they have guests on, or they may have some people as a co-host or as a guest, they're still representing that person that they're on hosting that show.
Oh, Lancho Picker, please. That's why I've stopped. I've been invisible in auctions for the past month. Yeah, I got to tell you, that's the worst thing in the world. I don't know what this is. All right, let's start it just at I don't know, $20, whatever.
Yeah.
And then people are going to tell them no, it's worth A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right. Now there are some channels that they do know their stuff. They do know it, but a lot of times they're honest with, and that's another thing, you have to be honest with the people in your chat. Like for this, I don't know what it is. I don't know what year it is. I think it's a scanner. I know it works. Things like that is like, really? When you represent something, you want to know exactly what it is. So that's why it's important you do your homework before you go online with things.
Try to know more.
Honestly, will tell you, I did not have time to look it up, but this is what I think it is. I'm going to start at lower because, again, if it's something worth more or if it's something that you can do and make your money on it, then great. But this is where I'm starting it at. You know, but don't go back and say, "Oh, I'm not going to send you that invoice because I know I can get it for more." Well,
it boils down to the age-old story: buyer beware. If you stay there and get abused, then don't complain.
Exactly.
If you go back and get hit again by the same person, don't complain.
And that's so true, peddling profit, because I hate this, but again, it happens. And Robert had the same thing this morning. I was comparing emails. I get an email twice. I have a hat that I have for sale. I sold 8 of them already. I only have 3 left. Yeah. And it's in my descriptions that I have this size. I have 3 left of this size. And they still send me an email. what size do you have available? So I know for a fact they don't read the descriptions.
Let's not pick a. That's funny because I started doing lives again because there were none.
Exactly.
And auctions are not easy, Landshark Picture. There's work that goes with somebody's got their own channel, has an auction. There's work that's involved.
Oh, it's what do you mean?
But it's not cut and worn. Listen, I understand, but you got to be organized. You listen. I know why Royce is giggling because you know what? It's not brain surgery.
I'm playing, man. No. I was gonna say, it's easy. Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not. It's work. It's
I want to make a comment real quick on Perlini's comment. Let me tell you someone I will never buy. Okay, in other words, she wants us to tell her what it is. That's one thing we will not be doing on this show is putting that person out. If you want to know.
No, she said, let me tell you some I will never buy from. That's what she was saying.
Well, let me tell you some. Let me tell you some I'll never buy from.
Okay.
In other words,
you know, like she's saying, boy, let me tell you, there are some I'll never buy from like that.
I understand that now. I was going to say, because we're not going to say that person's name, but if you do want to just email that person. Yeah, I understand now.
Well,
someone who was selling sports cards on another guy's channel that I sent the money for the item, never received the item, and the guy stole close to $100 from me. Ooh, I'll be outing that person. I'm sorry. I work for my money. No,
I charge him.
I would just want to say that, Melanie and I have a pretty relaxed auction.
Yeah, Greg, that's true. It's not just
we like to have fun.
We're going live too, yeah.
But customers that they're not getting the product.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I just said we have a pretty relaxed auction. We don't, we like to have fun.
Right.
We like bringing out strange items. But don't go and then tell, if you come on with us, don't go and tell our customers that they can't have the item because you didn't get enough for it. I think the scary part for me was I would have never known this had one of my regulars sent me a text message. I would have never known.
Yeah. And one of the things I have to say on my shows, I do make an announcement to where if somebody has any issues and you do not get your invoices in a timely manner that the person said they will, please make sure you email me and let me know so I can handle it immediately. Please don't wait 2 and 3 weeks later and then complain about it. Always make sure to tell them, please let me know. Because if it's on my show, I want to nip it in the bud as soon as possible. And I have people who email, look, I haven't heard from this person. Do you know when they invoice? Yes, as far as I know, this person invoices on this day. This person invoices on this day. You should get it within the next day or two, whatever the case may be. So you want to make sure you're transparent with those who are watching your auctions and make sure you do what you say you're going to do. Good morning, Glams. And Justin, hello, good morning, and welcome. And so that's why it's important we bring these type of things up because we're not here to hurt anybody's feelings. We're not here to put anybody down. We're just bringing awareness to those who may not know what's going on. And the fact that if you're new to the community, you want to make sure you do what you can to improve your channel, but also make sure you understand the respect on someone else's channel when you go on it. I never had money to buy nothing.
Let me give you a tip for the sellers, and then we go.
Go ahead.
Here's my tip to the sellers. Have a backup plan. If you don't, you're kind of silly. And this is what I mean. Some days money's flowing. Some day money is not flowing. Certain times of the day gets everybody out there. Certain times of the day doesn't get many people out there who are buyers. So if your first 2 rounds, you're breaking even or you're losing a bit, have a backup plan to fit your audience. So in other words, basically, I won't sugarcoat it. There's a certain financial feeling you're going to get with what your chat is going to be doing that day.
Right.
And have a backup plan. And if you're getting your brains beaten I would say 1 hour, you can slow it down a bit, make it to the hour, end your auction. That's not the day. That's not the day you're having. So if you're getting beat up, if no one tells you can't close your business.
Right.
Correct.
Now, before you do leave, I want you to tell everybody about your channel and the lives that you're doing.
Oh, my channel is Never Ending Saga. and the lives I'm doing, I'm basically popping up an hour or so before, ahead of some of the auctions that I do support. You know, like a pre-auction show to get some people in there and to say, hey, come, even if you just come by for a little bit, let them get some views, you know, let them get some likes. You know, everyone says it means nothing, but it does mean something to some people. It makes them feel good about themselves. It makes them want to, you know, trudge forward. And somewhere down the line, it does mean something with YouTube. And you never know. And it's happened to a few people who actually, not instant message, whatever that Facebook thing is. I can't keep track of all these things.
Right.
Saying, I would never have been able to get this Christmas. Two different people said they picked up Christmas gifts just because they were by me, and they don't usually pop into an unnamed person's auction. And they did, and they both bought something for the first time ever. So I told them both, if you stop becoming an addict like I did, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So I think in order to keep the people that are good, that support this community, with having product and having something, listen, and having something entertaining, they do need, no matter how popular that they think the hell they are, you do need people who are just standing in the woods helping you. Not helping you, supporting you. Help is a bad word. Supporting you.
Yep.
You know, so I started doing that a couple of times, and it was successful a couple of days last week. And I don't know, just everyone's a pitter patter. I am doing kind of a link dropping thing. And then we just goof off. Also, some days everyone just goofs off.
Yeah,
but
you have to have a day.
but I think that the people who are okay, and if I know, I can't keep track of Susanna's list. I got to get it from her. Because, like, I go in there, honestly, I'm kind of, listen, this is being disorganized. I go in there, I'm like, all right, what's coming up today? I can't keep track of 119 things for the week. And then everybody in there knows.
Yeah.
So-and-so's going on at 12 o'clock. So-and-so's doing good news at 2 o'clock. So-and-so and so-and-so having an auction. And there are people that are in here that don't even know that we promoted your channel. Nobody needs an award for that. You're just being a human being. Listen, who helped us all out? You did. Who helps everybody out, knows everything what's going on. Jennifer does.
Yep.
Who doesn't know? 10 potential buyers.
Okay, Greg has a question, or actually it's a good question too. If the host of an auction and a guest seller does this, should I, as the host, be responsible for your buyers?
Wow, that's a good decision.
Johnny, there was a comment from Peddling Profits for me, and I just want to address that real quick.
Well, let me find it.
After it's above. Did you see it?
You said Peddling Profit?
Yeah, Peddling Profits at 907, right under Land Shark Picker.
Hold on. 907?
Here's, after I found out that this happened, here's what I did. I went back through the video. I found the few people that he sold to. I went to those people and apologized.
Okay. Okay, there you go. Have you made an announcement at your auction that the apology for this seller's actions, expressing your opinions and reasons for the buyer is my suggestion?
Peddling Profits, I did nothing public because I'm not here to badmouth somebody. So, like I said, I went to the people he sold to. Everybody told me the exact same thing of what happened with the from the person that I got the original text message from telling me there was a problem. I then went to everybody else that this person sold to, and I apologized. And I let them know that this person was no longer welcome on my auctions. That was the best I could do. I don't have the items that they bought to sell back to them. So that's what I did. Just so you know.
I love the comment from DC Sales, and this is something that's got me thinking now.
I know, I saw that one too.
You know how we have these forms? I think that'd be a great thing to set up a form to where the buyers can actually fill out a experience of those auctions. So that way the person holding the auctions can know immediately if there's some kind of, just like a feedback kind of thing. What was your experience? How did you have, did you like it? Was something wrong with it? The one thing I do have to say is when people send me comments, and again, you need to make sure you open yourself up for creative criticism. Is important, because I've had, when I first started doing auctions, believe it or not, I was still new at it, nervous. I had a lot of people telling me, look, dude, you need to relax. You need to be more, have fun kind of thing. Because I was like, by the book, professional, I'm so organized, and it's like, you need to relax, even though I have no hair, the expression, let your hair down. And that's what I got me to start having fun at my auctions, because I was so serious, and then all of a sudden, once I did that, more people started enjoying coming to my auctions. So you got to make sure you're able to accept creative criticism. Thrift and Flip, hello, good morning and welcome. But yeah, that's a good idea about having some type of feedback.
That's a good idea. Go ahead, Landshark. I'm with that. Get started, man. Go for it.
That's right.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I just answered his question, and it's part of what you said. I personally do think, to answer your question, I think it's a good question between Landshark Picker and DC Sells.
Yes.
I personally do think it is on me. As the host, it's my channel. I'm having these people on. I'm representing them who are selling to you. So just to answer, I've had more than once. I've had a seller have this exact thing happen. What happened? I ate it. They got it. Thank you very much. Free of charge. And guess what? That seller doesn't sell anymore.
Right.
That's the way it rolls. Why? Integrity. I represent every item that's being sold and the seller who's selling it. That's how I roll.
So, Kevin, what's your opinion on that?
On what? I was being distracted.
Let me go back to it real quick. Landshark Picker and DC Sells. That was DC Sells part about maybe reaching out to your buyers just to check on how their experience was. And the main one was, here's the question with Landshark, Greg. If the host, if he was a host of an auction, so in other words, whoever's hosting the auction, and the guest seller does this, should I, the host, be responsible for my buyers?
Geez, we're dealing with friggin' adults here at this point.
Yeah.
And nobody's hard to find.
Right.
I'm a little bit street and old school. That I understand and respect what Roy says. That is an option. But me, and I don't like to do this. If I can't. I've never run an auction. I only go by what I see.
Right.
I think that someone who does that should be lit up.
Yeah,
Really?
well, I'm not here to bash somebody.
Yeah, but what you're not doing is protecting your other buyers.
Well, that's Kevin, but that's why I told him, email her, message her, contact her in any way, social media, whatever the case may be, because it's not, and again, this particular topic, that is something that needs to be handled in the back rooms. So that is where you reach out to that person. Is it this person? If you think
you put an effort in to see what happens. You don't know if they got a phone call. You don't know if they couldn't breathe. You don't know a lot of different things that could have went on. And then now they're out of action. But you asked me what would I do, Laura? I'm not saying what you should do. I would not. I would go after that person wholeheartedly. And if they just decided not to make good on it, you got to light them up.
Well, Kevin, I did, but it was done in an email to him, and I said that this was very unprofessional. It is not condoned at my auction. Like I said, I got a hold of everybody who bought from him, and I apologized and said that this person is no longer welcome on my channel as a seller or a buyer. They're no longer welcome. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Telling profits, that's hard to do because this is nowhere near a licensed auction or show.
Right. Okay.
There's no binding contracts. There's nothing, none of that. So you really, I think to really, I'm trying to defend the sellers because they've been good to me over the years. Any problem I've ever had, which has been minor, always took one email. Well, actually, it was always one email to Johnny. It takes one email, and 99.999% of everybody's cool, man.
Yeah. All right,
Katie,
I want to bring up
my
this question.
answer is no.
Hold on a minute, Laura. Katie has a question. I know she said it's off topic, but again, it's part of the topic anyway. But I tuned into an auction on a Friday night, and I just am curious about if you guys take commission from the sales or do you charge a fee for selling on your platforms? I will answer that first by saying no. I do not charge commission. I do not charge a fee. I don't charge any of that because
my answer is no.
Oh, wait, hold on. My opinion is I'm not going to charge you because I'm offering you to come onto my platform, promote yourself. But again, I'm going to go back with what Peddling Prophet said. Yes, it is my responsibility because I do ask my customers or my people in the chat, if you have an issue, please contact me. I don't want to wait 2 and 3 weeks later and hear that something happened. I want to know immediately. If that person says, I auction, I'm finished. If I do multiple auctions for the week, I'll invoice on this day. And if that day passed and you have not, I get a lot of emails. Look, I'm wondering, or whatever, social media. Look, I haven't got my invoice yet. Do you know when I'm going to get it? Do you know if something happened? I will then contact that person back and say, look, as far as I know, everything goes out on this particular day because that's what that person does, and that's what this person does. So, yes, it is important that you as a host should be responsible, but also making sure you know the guidelines at the beginning of the show and know who your guests are going to be doing and who they are, because that way if somebody contacts you as the host, you can immediately reply back. But also if it's past that date, then you contact the seller and saying, okay, what's going on? Are you okay? This person's asking for an invoice. What happened? And a lot of times I get the invoice. I know for a fact there's 2 people. One person tells me, we just didn't do them yet because we've been so busy. Well, then I need you, and I let them know, please contact this particular buyer.
And that's
They're
cool.
questioning their invoice. They're questioning why they didn't get the invoice. So that's why it's important, you as a host, you have more than just the show. You have more than just putting it together. It's the after effect with your people that are behind you and representing your channel. Okay, Roy, go ahead, because you were first with a comment I saw you getting ready for.
No, I'm good. I just ran and got some coffee. I can't agree more. All I will say is, just again, we're still on the same topic. I will just say that people that are going to come on that are new, that are selling with me, they're being prepped. They know the basics of how to use StreamYard. They know what they need. They've watched. We're kind of preparing for success, and everybody's always welcome to reach out, communicate with each other. That's really the big breakdown here. It's just a lack of communication,
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Okay, Missy, what's your thought on that?
That's exactly what I was going into. It is the communication. Yeah. So if if you want to get, the one thing I love about this community is no one has a wall where it's like, oh, why are you contacting me? Don't ever contact me. When I was interested in auctions, I reached out to Johnny. I reached out to TJ. I reached out to Ella. I asked questions when I was interested in it. And it was actually Ella and TJ that was, like, hey,
on Wednesdays,
yeah. And then Johnny was like, oh, yeah, you can, and like everyone gave me advice. Everyone answered all my questions. There was never one person I asked that did not give me answers to my questions. So it's not like you come into auctions blindsided. When you come and ask to do an auction, it is not on the host to really prep you unless you let the host know. We are not mind readers. You have to let us know that, hey, okay, you're gonna have to coach us through it. You're gonna have to help me with this, and then we'll know. Okay, well, because then I'll even so much as say, well, this is such and so first time, so y'all, welcome them, and that you see what I'm saying? Because people like to know that. People like to meet new people and everything. But if you don't express that, if you don't let people know that, and you ask to be a part of someone's show, then it's not on the host to say, oh, well, to know that you don't know what you're supposed to do on your end.
Right.
That's not fair for the host.
Okay,
You
real
know.
quick. Jennifer made a comment. She says, I don't think I know anyone that does charge auctions. There
No,
is,
I don't.
Jennifer. There is.
Yeah, you do, Jennifer.
So yeah, they do. So Kevin, what's your thought on that?
They
my
do?
thought on that. Go ahead, Nicety.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying they do because I didn't know. I'm with Jennifer. I know I don't.
Okay. All right, go back to Kevin with your thought, Kevin.
Well, my thought is this. I don't buy the merchandise at BMO's auctions. So I don't go to BMO's auctions, and I don't go to a lot of people's auction that go there because it's not my wheelhouse.
Correct.
How come I know who did this a month ago? It gets out there, and everybody finds out who it is. And I'll always defend the sellers, and I don't see anything wrong. And I'm being honest with you, because this isn't an exact business. With if there's a problem, to give up the seller's damn information, contact information. Why is that wrong?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like just contact the seller. Like, I mean, if the seller asks to be a part of your show, there's some type of rapport there. And if you get some type of notification saying, "Oh, well, I didn't get this," like the buyer shouldn't even be scared to contact the seller themselves and say, "Hey, what's up? I haven't gotten my order," or "What's going on?" You know, like as a seller, you should be open, period. Like you're a seller regardless if you're on this platform or whatever platform you're on. You're a seller. So you should be open for communication regardless. So with, you should be able to, any buyer should be able to reach out to you and say, "Hey, I haven't received this. Is there something going on? Is there, and then you'd be like, "Oh, well, this is going on," or, because some people make good friends and that's how you make recurring customers that way.
Yep.
So why be so, "Oh, well, you can't contact me. You can't do this." Like, wait a minute. What?
Guys, I got to bounce. I'm sorry. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Kevin.
Okay, Roy, what's your thought on that comment?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it goes along with what Missy was saying. I do believe, like, I'm the host. It's my channel. I'm taking that on. But similarly, if I go on somebody else's channel, there's still I try to carry that level of professionalism, enthusiasm, product, to try to have it be apples to apples. Now, sure, if it's my channel and we have the auctions going really good, I might pull out some stuff too that's, maybe a little bit more high price, etc. But that's because I'm doing that in the moment. Back to what you said, right? Being ready for that moment. So if I want to pull out a purse or a doll or this My Little Pony, it's one of those things that just be ready. And I think that it's all in the prep, right? As the host, you're getting them ready. So that's
All right, now I want to I saw this right here, and I want to go back to it. Raven says, "What gets me is buyers who spend a lot of money. I send the invoice, and you don't hear from them. Then when I cancel the invoice, it makes him the bad guy. Why buy if you're not going to pay in a timely manner?" That's one of the things I hear a lot about. And one of the things I always say is, please make sure whoever's as a guest on my show or whoever's on my shows that I do auctions with, yes, I feel that it is my responsibility because I did bring them onto my channel, but I will make sure I get back with them. Look, why are you not invoicing this person? Why are you not shipping their items? And if the invoice is not being paid, then we need to know what's going on with the buyer. Why are they not paying their items? But 9 times out of 10, if the invoice is received and they say, "I have not gotten it," there is a way to see that they did see the invoice. So they can't say, "I didn't get it, I didn't see it," because there's a way to see if they've seen it, if they opened it. But not paying it in a timely manner, and I'm going to tell you this right up front. I've had people come into my auction, reach out to me before, because I tell it all the time. If you need assistance, you need me to hold something, contact me before my auction. Don't do it during the auction, but contact me before. "Look, I want to come to your auction. I don't get paid till Friday. Is it okay that you hold my invoice till Friday?" Yeah, sure. I have no problem with that because you contacted me ahead of time. Now, can everybody do that? Maybe not. But again, as long as the communication's there as a buyer to the person going on the show, look, I can't do anything until Friday, but can I still buy from you? Now, if I send that invoice on Friday and I don't get paid till the next week after you said that, guess what? Don't contact me again because it ain't gonna happen again. Because I gave you that time and then you waited to pay it, then that's not communicating with your buyer or your seller. So that's why it's important that everybody communicate together where it's either your invoice or your payments or whatever, because that makes a great person to come back and buy again from you if you uphold to your the bargain. You need to tell the host if you're new, having technical difficulties, the show is going to be fall flat. And again, that's one thing I want to make a comment about this. I get so many compliments on how I have a lot of patience with a lot of new people. One of the things I've always had that issue, I always have patience with somebody because, again, I was there at one time. But when you're new, 9 times out of 10, like I said, today's show, I want to say we have a total of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, they've never been on my show, but I think one of them has been on another show before on an auction, but that's neither here or there. For me, they're new to my channel. Guess what? I'm going to have more compassion for them because they're new, have more patience for them because they're new, but it's more like teaching them what or how to do things. I can't make them do it, but I'm teaching them what to do and how to do it. I'll have all the patience in the world for that. So, go ahead.
I just want to say that back to that comment about charging people.
Yeah.
Melanie and I don't charge people. We don't ask for a commission, anything. As a matter of fact, the one thing that we've said is we will take somebody who's new and try and help them out. We've had a lot of new people. When Roy started, he started with me. We've had a lot of brand new people. I don't have a problem, having new people on.
Right.
But I will not charge to be on our auction. Melanie and I have 7 auctions a week. 4 days, 7 auctions. Why? Because we're part of the Lazy Listers Club. But it doesn't mean that auctions are easy. They're not.
No. They're not.
And that's so true, Mato.
I want to piggyback. I want to piggyback on what Laura just said. That going all the way back to the topic. If you're doing auctions, if you're thinking about doing auctions, first ask yourself, why do you want to do an auction? If money is the only reason why you want to do it, then it's not going to be successful. It's not going to be successful because of the fact that you don't know what your clientele is going to be. You cannot bank that you're going to make that amount on every single item. So money should never be the main reason for doing the auction. It could be part of it. It could be, it's great, but it shouldn't be the only reason. Like I tell people all the time, I like doing auctions because you get to actually show the item to people. It's like really showing it because pictures, you can try to get it, but if there's a flaw, you could point that out, and then you don't have to worry about if the person's going to read it in the description or not. And then they get it and say, oh, well, I didn't read it. I want to return it. You can point that out. Or like if I have a lighthouse, I can actually show how the actual lighthouse looks lit. Whereas in the picture, I can't really get that because it's dark, So I get to really show the actual essence of certain items. And people get to see that experience and really be like, oh, okay, I'm going to get that because I really get to see it as opposed to, I don't know. And, so that's why I like doing auctions because you really get to show your items.
Right.
But
see, I agree with you.
It's like, oh well, I'm in it just for the money. I'm in it for the okay, but don't get mad if you don't bring in that money, because you can't go and you sell the item. Because another reason why I like doing them, because I'm moving my inventory, because I need the space. I'd rather have the inventory gone, for real. So don't be mad that the item sold, it didn't sell for what you wanted. Like, no, that's not the reason to get into it.
Right. Okay.
Well, I
Well,
mean, if you're selling an item and you want $30 for it, but you start the auction at $10, you don't have any room to complain at that point.
That's dumb. That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I mean, don't say I didn't get enough for it, so I'm going to sell it on another auction at a later date.
Right.
No.
All right, I want to make a comment on Glam's Closet's comment about sales and promotions, shipping and shipping, S&P, shipping and packing. I guess selling and promotion. One of the things too, you also want to make sure is when you are doing, I don't know why I just did that, wrong button. Whenever you're doing it, also you want to make sure, let your customers know, is it free shipping? Is the price including plus shipping? Because, some people get confused about that when they get their invoice and all of a sudden they got a shipping price. Well, I thought you was free shipping. So that's why it's also important that you communicate with your buyers on the auction. Is it or is it not plus shipping, or is it free shipping?
Put it in your description.
Correct. Because I know, Roy, you'll do like $5 for the first, $10 for the max on shipping. Some people, like Miss Debbie and Max, you spend $100, you get free shipping. Oh, there's so many different people do different ways. Some people give a discount if you spend $50 or more. So you want to make sure you have that not only in your descriptions, but you also talk about it in your show when you're doing it to make sure everybody understands that it is plus shipping, or you're doing free shipping, or the price you bid, the price you pay, whatever the case may be. Yeah.
And as sellers, if you are a guest on someone else's auction, how they are doing the shipping, just go with it. It makes it easier for the buyers. Don't come and say, oh, well, they're doing free shipping, but I'm charging. No, that confuses the situation. Like, I was a guest on Louise. And Louise, everyone know Louise does free shipping. So I said, you know what? I'm a guest. He said free shipping. I'm doing free shipping. It makes it easier on the buyers. In the end, we are here to please the buyers. So don't confuse the buyers. You're a guest on their channel. They invited you to their auction. In other words, I look at it like this. You're a guest in their house. So you got to abide by their rules.
Exactly. All right, Roy, your comment on that?
Yeah, I do agree with that completely. Each channel has their own rules, but again, when I do the auctions, certainly Friday night, everybody has different ways of doing it. I try to be really diplomatic in each seller and what they're comfortable with. Not everybody's comfortable with doing the $5 and $10 like I do, so it's okay, but it is important. And yeah, the sellers, when we sell on Friday nights, they do. We go over them every time just to make sure, as it's important, But yeah, I think this is a good topic, Johnny. I mean, we knew it was going to kind of blow up, but here we are. I think it's great discussion.
Now, Peddling Prophet made a good comment, and I see everyone else is making comments in reference to that too. One of the things I always make sure to let those who are doing an auction, even if it's for the first time, whether it's on a spreadsheet, I use Word document, I will make sure and put an item number, a lot number, whatever it may be, a brief description, how much I want to start it at. And then what I do is, if you wanting to include, because some people even go down to the part of like fees, that you're going to have a fee it's always usually the buyer, when they pay for their invoice, the person receiving the money usually gets the fee. Right. So you want to make sure, if you're thinking of, oh God, this is going to cost me my fees. Well, make sure if you're starting a bid, $20, $22, whatever you want to start at, if that's what you want to do, then make sure you include your fees, that you know how much the fees may be per transaction. And if you don't want to be having to be caught with that coming out of your profit, then make sure you calculate all that in the price you want to start at. So it's not just saying I want to start it at this price. Some people go down with a spreadsheet and say, okay, this is how much the fees are going to be on PayPal. You have people that from my example, I use Venmo, Cash App, Square, and PayPal. So each one of those charge a different fee per transaction.
Right.
But you want to make sure if you're doing a spreadsheet, you want to know how much you want to start your items for. If that's what you need to do, then do a spreadsheet like Pellet and Profit said. Use a spreadsheet. Make sure you do all what you want to do before you do an auction, because that's part of your prepping. You don't want to be bounced into it coming out of your commission if you're trying to make a certain amount of money.
He has Land Shark is an interesting comment with return policy. I think that's an interesting little bit of a tough topic when you get to live auctions, right?
Yeah.
I've had people literally say no returns live. No, I'll tell you what, again, back to this one word, integrity. If you bought something from me and you're not happy with it, what do? Communicate. I'll work that out. Have I had returns from doing on live auctions? 0. If it happened, I'm willing to have that discussion. Is it 30 days? I'm not so sure. I would probably give you, I'll tell you what, I'd give you 10 days from when you receive it. Open that box. Let me know what you think. Sounds great.
Right.
I agree with you, Roy. I agree with you.
All right, let's see who else is trying to come in. I think I've heard it pop up here.
I mean, if you get something from me and it's not what I said, or you communicate with me, I'll make it right. I accidentally, just the other day, charged somebody something for what, and I should have charged a different person for it because they were sending it as a gift.
Right.
She told me, and I said, oh my God, I am so sorry. I can refund you that money, or I can give you credit on, when you buy from the next auction. Tell me what you want me to do to make it happen.
Right.
She said, just give me credit on the next auction. Okay, guess what? I now have a note for that person that says they have a $5 credit coming.
Right.
Because that's what they chose.
Right. Okay, now I'm going to bring on, let me get this real quick. Iris is coming in. Now, my comment on that is, for me, I always let my customers know, whoever's buying, no matter what it is, let me know if there's an issue, because I would rather take care of it immediately than wait a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden now I'm hearing from them and they want a refund. That means call me, let me know, or contact me, whatever you have to do, just to let me know if something's wrong. I'm going to correct it. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I don't want it back if it's broken or whatever, but 9 times out of 10, they'll send me a picture. Look, this is how it arrived. Knocked on wood, I had to do that, not people doing it to me, but I'm just saying if they were, I wanted to send me a picture. And that has happened where I have done that and sent pictures to the person saying, look, this is how it arrived. I'm not saying I want a refund, but I want you to know what's happening when it's coming to me. Now, if they do the refund as a partial because of that one particular item, yeah, I'll be glad to take it. But again, you want to make sure that you take care of that immediately, because you want them to come back. You want them to be able to come back and buy, and make sure you take care of your customers. All right, so I'm going to add her back to the StreamYard. And Iris, what you wanted to talk about? You got it.
Subject on hand. If someone buys something from me and there's a problem with it, I want to know about it. Send me an email, hop in another stream, something. Let me know. Right. I can't fix it if I don't know about it.
Exactly. And that's what it is about the open communications. You want to make sure it's open communication on both ends, the buyer and the seller. Regardless if you're on anybody's channel or you're doing something with your channel, you want to make sure you communicate with them at all parts of the sale until it's completed. It's important. Business-wise, that's the worst word-of-mouth advertisement you're going to want. Let's see. Personally, miserable people like me. Great point, though, to make. Everybody's saying hello to each other. I'm just trying to make sure I get all these different comments. If I missed a comment, and it's way before where I'm at now, please just put it back in the chat. I'll try to get to it, because this chat is a blowing. Sellers with integrity.
Hot topic.
Working it back. Yeah, I knew that. Yes, exactly. 7 to 10 days from the time delivery is a long. Yeah, you're right about that. That's why I wanted to know. I want to know immediately. I don't want to wait a month later or 3 weeks later. Lynn's nothing worse than watching someone with no personality just sitting there and trying to sell stuff. Exactly.
That's why Melody and I, we like having fun. We want the chat involved. We want, it's not just us. We want it to be a good experience for everybody. There may be times that we offend somebody. We're very sorry for that. We're just trying to have a nice, fun auction.
Landshark Picker makes a good comment. If no returns needs a disclaimer as well as a warranty expressing or implemented. Exactly. Well, hello, Chuck. Thank you for the call last night. I'm glad I had your number to call you. What is that noise? Myra, is that coming from you? Yes. What is the background noise on your side?
The only thing I would be having noise-wise would be the fan on my computer and maybe the tapping my keyboard with my stitching or something.
Okay. Noise in the back. Yeah, that's yours. The question was asked, where's the noise coming from? And I kind of figured it was you because it came on when you came on.
The only thing I can think of would be the fan on my computer because that's the only noise that's here.
I'm getting all kind of good stuff going on eBay today.
Hey.
That's right.
Oh, I like that. I just sold something for almost $90 that I got for free.
Hey.
For you.
Good shot.
Less than 10 days to Halloween. Less than 10 days to Halloween.
Nice.
Wow.
Thank you for that comment, Perlini.
All right, let's go back to my. Wow, I'm just in awe of the dings this morning, and I already packed all my orders that went out during the night.
It's payday.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it was. I just saw the price.
Every time something.
It was a Freescale 211 semiconductor, free for $88.16. Wow.
Nice.
I had that listed since October. Actually, a year ago.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
This is just a little, since we have the chat, we're on this topic, and I have a question, and it's similar but a little tweak. So, you have a auction, live auction. Buyer comes in, bids up a lot. Poof, gone. They didn't fill out the form. I don't know who they are, and they bid up a lot and they won, and there's no information. They haven't gotten in touch. Do you block them?
This is what I have done in the past. If somebody's in my auction, like right now, we have somebody who did not fill out a form, did not email the person.
Right.
By the next auction, I told them, put it back up for auction. Because we tell everybody, look, please fill out the form. If you don't fill out the form, please contact an email, because there's no reason why you shouldn't, because on everyone who comes on my show, you will have your name right below with an email.
Right.
And I want that for one reason, too, is because that way when they're on here, they will know who to email if they don't send that form. Because at the end of my shows, I will let everybody know, look, at the end of the show, I have the form at the top of the chat. Please make sure you fill it out before you leave. You're more than welcome to bid, but just make sure you fill out it before the end of the show. If the show ends and I do not have a form and they did not email that person, but I have an email, say, for the bingo, I will go to the bingo form, get the email, and I will email that person saying, please fill out the form. They will 9 times out of 10 fill it out for me. But if they don't reply to that email, I tell the seller, look, put it up for auction the next week. They didn't contact me. They got until the next whatever, how many days you want to let it go. And that's it. It goes back to auction because they didn't get the decency to fill out a form or email that person. That is my opinion on that.
You like that? My question was, if they come back, if they come back into the next, would you have blocked them? Would you say something directly? That's my question. They're basically, they ghosted on an order.
Okay, what I do on that one, if they come back on an auction again, I will send that person a message in the chat. I don't say it out loud, but I do type it in the chat. Please make sure you fill out the form before you bid again.
Okay, I got you.
Now, for me, I don't block anybody unless it's somebody who's being annoying to me and a troll or just being flat out nasty.
Okay,
I'm going to block you. But things like that, again, it could be something like maybe, for example, I don't know, maybe they had something happening while they were in the auction and they left.
Right.
To pull it out. So I'll give them multiple ways to try to get that taken care of. That's how I handle it.
That's cool. I appreciate
somebody else, but it's just a suggestion because that's what I do, and I've seen it seems to work.
I will say that if I have somebody that I didn't know didn't send us an email, of course I'm going to ask Melanie first if she has their information, and if so, we'll exchange. If I know that they go into other auctions and I know those people, I might send one of them an email and ask for their email so that I can contact them. That's kind of how we handle it. Melanie and I really don't block anybody. We only have one person blocked right now, and that's because of what this discussion is about.
Right. Well, again, like I said, everybody's different, but that's just the way I handle it. And I have to say, so far, everything has worked for me when I either contact a person, either through another venue of an email. Right. But for me, I don't block them unless they come in multiple times, the second time, and they come back in and they do it again, then that's a different story. You do what you want to do on your channel, but I don't do it. And I try to be respectful for whatever they may have going on in their life. I want to make a comment right here with Michelle's comment. Michael, let's see. What happens if the moon pies come in crushed? It could cause a major problem.
If it comes in crushed, I'm going to eat it anyway.
Have a good day, but I have to say, that'll make for a great little dish of something in dessert-wise. That's all.
You know what? That's what I was like, crumbs.
Yeah. I've seen, who is it? Mark. He will make a whole complete recipe out of a moon pie when it comes like that. So that I don't have no control over when it comes to that. But I try to pack it as well as I can.
Thank
you so much, Peddling Prophet. Good morning, Larry.
Glasses I got from, I think it was Nana Tank. She wrapped things like really nice. Put cardboard around my glasses, then put bubble wrap on top of that. You could drop it out a third-story window and not break it.
Right.
I know that's right. That's what I think about when I do my stuff too, because that's pretty much what I be thinking that they be doing when they when it goes through the mail.
Drop it out a third-story window. If you're afraid to do it, wrap it more.
Yep.
That's a whole nother topic for another day. Is the shipping as a seller through live auctions, and we could table that for another time. But that's
Jennifer makes a good point right here. You don't have to block them, but you don't have to let them bid again anymore either.
Johnny, you might have to book me for that one. Be me, Ella, and whoever you know that's good with packaging. We definitely could teach some people a thing or two.
All right, we have a question. How many viewers or buyers watch auctions from their phone?
Probably quite a few.
I don't.
I don't think the data is
probably
there.
Quite a few.
Yes, you're right about that.
I don't. I use
Get a spoon. I love it, DC. I buy it from auctions and usually watch from the computer, so a large screen will slow it down. Yeah, and I don't do it from the phone because
I watch from my phone. I'm a phone one.
So do I.
That's a good idea, Meta. I'm going to have to do that. Fourth channel.
One of my favorite sellers that does baseball cards does his auctions on his phone.
Reseller Niche. Hello, hello. Good morning and welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you.
That probably go right to $1 million, Johnny, for moon pies.
You think? And I'm still trying to get sponsored by them, but they don't want to answer my messages.
Oh.
We don't buy a phone, don't have a cell phone. We don't buy from a cell phone, don't have cell phone. Okay. Yeah, and again, I don't. I would rather not do it off a phone because that way, for me, my big fat fingers, I would do something wrong and bid the wrong number.
So with that's my thing exactly.
DC has a good question though.
My fingers will twitch, and I'll hit the wrong button or the wrong number, and yeah.
One of the things DC says is, which one of the lags are more, phone or PC? I believe it's a phone.
I think it's the phone, yeah. That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Phone.
Definitely the phone. Because when I'm doing the live, like that's why I actually have my iPad and phone up when I'm doing live to see what the lag is versus each portable.
No,
Because sometimes
this is another good topic. A good point that Jennifer's making. It isn't that hard for all of you to keep track of your sales from the platforms and for your auctions for tax time. I keep a spreadsheet because at the end of the year, that goes on my taxes. I report everything.
I write it down.
Well, you have to make sure you have it somewhere. Yeah. And again, everybody's different when it comes to different devices. What?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna learn this year, though.
So how are you doing, Mo? I haven't seen you in a while. I bid on my phone at work or in my car, but most of the time it's on the computer at home. Everybody does it a little different. Again, it's up to what you're used to, but for me, I don't. It's got to be a computer. I want to also be able to, my phone, you have to turn it sideways to get a bigger picture, and then the chat scrolls through the screen, and I don't like that. It's just, I don't know, I just don't like that.
I'm a little weird. I watch it on my iPad
because I have a bigger screen. I can see everything. I don't have to squint.
I watch it on my iPad and bid on my phone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Jennifer, that is correct. You're supposed to report it, and I do. I report everything, whether it's a cash sale, if I'm doing something, it doesn't matter. It all gets reported. For me, I report everything. My tax lady loves it when I go because I have everything in a spreadsheet. She tells me what she wants. I give her the numbers, and I highlight it off when it's done. If you can't afford QuickBooks, using Excel spreadsheet. Yes, that's true. I've been off social compared to what I use, trying to watch a little bit more now. I hear that, Mo. It's good to see you.
There's a free QuickBooks version.
Yeah. But there's so many different things you can do.
Like $100 a year.
But 9 times out of 10,
I use Google Sheets.
Google
Google Sheets. They have a Excel too.
Free spreadsheet.
Yeah, because that way, wherever I'm at, whether I use it, if I need to update something on my phone or update it, if I'm on my different computers, like if I'm at work and need to update, and I want to do some side work there or what have you, I could just pull it up through my Google account that way.
Right. Let's see. I had Patrick says right now, depending on what I am wanting to type, either on my desktop or my phone, but the phone is better for emojis. For me, it doesn't matter because I don't really use a lot of emojis. I just use what I get when I'm in the computer. Does anyone else use Air Tablet? I don't know what that is.
I never heard of it.
Oh, an Air Tablet. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Keeping some orders. Yay.
Another sale.
Have a good one.
A cashmere sweater.
Nice.
Wow, Johnny's rolling. I mean,
with
the work that you do,
I think that's the most my phone went off in the morning show.
Yeah.
$49.70. I just sold a cashmere sweater. A Saks Fifth Avenue sweater. I did make $10 for it, but I sold it for $49.70.
Hey, that works.
Yep.
Oh, Airtable is a spreadsheet. I haven't heard of it.
Oh, okay. I misread that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a device. Okay. I never heard of it.
Okay, it does say Airtable. I'm sorry, I misread that. That's not the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never heard of it. Cashmere. That's my first cashmere sweater I picked up and sold. So, yeah. I was surprised. And I only listed it, I want to say about 2 weeks ago I listed that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I list everything. All right, everybody. We're going to get ready to go in the show. I see my numbers are going down, and I got some work to get done before my 2 o'clock show. I got some more orders to pack, and I want to get that out before the...
Well, this has been an interesting discussion.
Well, that's what's good about the morning show. You just never know what topic is going to come up. I usually take ideas from watching other videos when I can. And when I do, I take notes of a lot of different things I see. And that's how I get the topics for when the next day starts. Because, again, I want to be able to try to bring the best topics we can and get the chat involved for that reason. And so that's why you just never know what topic will come up. So before we go, I want to make sure we get everybody to plug your channel, what you have going on, especially for the weekend. So we'll start with you, Missy.
All right. So tonight I will be on Buffalo Pickers Defending the Hustle Show, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on his channel. And then on Sunday, I will be on Jovi Finding Treasure channel for our bi-weekly listing motivation with Ella and Jovi. And we might even have some other special guests with us listening and chatting and just having reseller fellowship. So please feel free to join in. If you don't want to be on in the back room, you can be on in the chat and we just, talk about whatever. Kind of like Johnny show, but in the listing, because we try to list. But lately, Ella, we got a mini little competition too, and Ella been smoking us. I have to admit it. Ella been smoking me and Johnny. I mean, me and Jovi. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. But she been smoking us.
She's gonna be leaving that anonymous program y'all have, huh?
Okay, she been smoking us, boy. I don't know what's going on. And then
Katie,
on Monday,
let me ask real quick, Katie, can you drop your link to your channel because it's being they're asking. Thank you so much. All right, go ahead, Missy.
And then on Monday, my sister and I have our bi-weekly auction, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. And then on Wednesday, we are back with the Buy It Now sale. It will be weekly now, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. my channel.
All right, Iris.
I don't know what I'm doing right now. Poking around on YouTube and finding out what's up and hopping in a live here and there and maybe selling something.
All right, then. Well, then we go to Roy.
All right, guys. TGIF. Happy Friday, everybody. You made it to the end of the week. Join myself. I'll be on Johnny's at 2 o'clock today. I put the link in the chat. Live auction. I'll be selling on there. I know Glamas is going to be on there as well and some other sellers. Check us out. 2 o'clock. Right back on here. And then 10 o'clock, I think Patrick put it up above my comment. 10 o'clock my channel, Horizon Picks for the auction, and we will go late. So hope to see you. Gonna have Kayla, Chaos, Patrick, and some special guests. So join us, awesome. 10 o'clock.
All right, Laura.
Okay, well, 7 auctions in 4 days. So today at 1 p.m. Eastern, we have our book sale. All Buy It Now. Books selling as little as $1. And then tonight, we are back on my channel with Marion. So myself, Melanie, and Marion for our Friday night. Next week, we will be on Melanie's channel. We switch off week to week. So all of our sales will be on Melanie's channel next week. That means Monday, we have the LLA doing the DPC. That is the Lazy Listers Anonymous doing the Death Pile Clearance. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then that night, we come back on, and it's myself, Melanie, and Ella for Monday night. Tuesday, we do a book sale at 1 p.m. Eastern. Then we come back on that night, myself, Melanie, and Marion. We actually take Wednesdays off. And then Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, it's myself, Melanie, and a guest. If you want to be on our show, all you got to do is email myself or Melanie, and we will book you. Right now, we are booked a month out. So that's where we stand on that. And of course, I already told you Friday.
Girl, I don't know how you do it. I have enough time keeping up with what I got going on my end. Lord Jesus, y'all looking for punishment. I did notice that when I went to the link, and I know Jennifer asked it in the chat, where it went. Let me see where it went. because I went to the link. Katie, is that your link? The Junkin' Pumpkin, is that you as well? Because I know when I go to the link, that's what comes up. So I'm just double checking to make sure. And there's everybody's dropping your links for special events. That's great. Again, don't forget today at 2 o'clock we have our TGIF sale buy it now auction. That's every 2 weeks. So today is at 2 o'clock. So hopefully we get to see you there. There's a few new people coming in to get their feet wet. So come out and support them and see how they do and see if you can help and support them. And just if you don't buy anything, as long as you're in the chat to have some fun, because we do try to have fun on each of the auctions. I am kind of laid back with that and try to at least have fun with what we got going on. We cut up and laugh and that kind of thing. So definitely come out and check it out. And so, again, don't forget when you go to anybody's link in the chat, if you go to the link and you hit the notification next to it, it says all. But make sure that word subscribe is changed to red. And also, make sure you go back and make some comments. Make sure you leave a comment and leave some thumbs up in those channels. I want to say hello and welcome on the Facebook side. I still cannot pull it up, but I see it in the chat. I don't know why it's not coming up on the Facebook side. But Amber, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're getting back home soon. Keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. I've noticed you in the hospital. So please let us know that you're doing okay, and good to see you. Let's see. Yes, that is my channel. I've never had with all my subscribers. I've had forever with all my subscribers. Okay. So that's good to hear that it was you. Good. So definitely have a good weekend. Hopefully you'll have some great finds if you go outsourcing. Don't forget to be safe. But again, like I say before, in each and every show, don't forget that after the show we can and we'll be in behind the scenes a little bit behind the scenes. So if you want to come in and join us, the link is still at the top in the blue box. You're more than welcome to come and join us for conversation after the show. It won't be for long, but it will be for after the show for a little while. So with that being said, like I said before, in each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous weekend until we meet again in another chat. Later. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.